The final appearance of a piece of printed material must be conceptualized and developed to the satisfaction of the customer. This conceptualization may be developed by the printer, a graphic artist, or both. Some sophisticated larger volume consumers of printing design the printed product themselves or have advertising agencies design it, turning it over to the printer for the production process only. In large printing companies, the layout department is staffed by individuals whose sole function is layout and design. In smaller companies, various personnel may be involved in layout of the jobs. In any case, whatever the method of determining the appearance, the process begins with an analysis of the job ticket and copy to generate ideas which are converted to graphic images through a refinement process called layouts. To prepare layouts, various equipment, materials, and supplies are needed. A smooth, flat surface is the first necessity. It may be a tabletop, a drawing board or table, or a light table, depending on what the job entails. Several types of paper, including plain white bond, thin tracing paper, and blue-lined grid paper may be used in the development of the layout design. A variety of pencils is essential. The HB or number 2 pencil is of medium hardness and is most often used. Hard leads ranging from H to 4H, which is very hard, and soft leads ranging from B to 3B, very soft, provide a variety of tonal qualities for producing various effects. Colored pencils are also useful in the development of ideas. Erasers allow the artist to build and refine various ideas. Drafting tools such as triangles, T-squares, and compasses are useful for drawing precise lines. A line gauge or some other kind of measuring device is necessary to provide exact measurements and to determine proportion. Catalogs of typed samples, a file of clip art, paper samples, and ink sample swatches may be also helpful in planning the final printed product. Certain planning must be done before the layout design can be developed. The layout artist needs to know the purpose for which the printed product is intended, the users to whom it should appeal, and what sorts of copy, line, photos, drawings will be included. The customer also should indicate the personality or attitude the product should achieve. Should it be dignified, humorous, sophisticated, sentimental, gaudy, or serious? The layout format suggests the kind of product, business card, brochure, label, folder, bumper sticker, book, or whatever. The designer must know the exact dimensions of the finished product, the number of pages, the number of copies to be printed, and the finishing and binding processes to be used after the job is printed. The estimated hours for completion must be considered so that a completion date can be scheduled. If the customer needs a predetermined deadline or completion date, the design and layout may need to be altered to allow the job to be completed on time. Once this planning has been done, the layout procedure can begin. A simple example of layout is being used for demonstration purposes. Layouts evolve through several levels of sophistication, beginning with thumbnail sketches and proceeding through rough layouts, comprehensive layouts, and mechanicals. The first stage in the layout process is the thumbnail sketch. The thumbnail is a quick pencil sketch of a design idea. Usually smaller than reproduction size, thumbnail sketches are concerned with spatial relationships between type, line drawings, or other illustrations, and white space. The designer concentrates on the overall visual effect of the product to be printed. The thumbnail sketch is often prepared on 1/8 inch grid paper. The light grid helps position the copy and provides reference points for expansion into the rough layout. To begin a thumbnail sketch, the artist selects the copy elements to be emphasized in the order of their importance and uses block shapes and shading to indicate placement of these main elements. Straight lines indicate placement of line copy that will be 12 points or smaller in size. Areas of larger type can be shaded to approximate proportions. Actual lettering is not needed at this stage. Space for illustrations or photographs is outlined, and a quick sketch within the outline can indicate enough shape or content to suggest the finished result. As many thumbnail sketches are prepared as the artist has ideas. Experienced designers prepare at least 4 sketches for any given job. Beginners sometimes have trouble thinking of several different possibilities. The selected thumbnail, or a combination of elements from 2 or more thumbnails, can then be used to develop the second stage in the layout process, the rough layout. The rough layout is an improvement or refinement of the thumbnail and gives a closer representation of the final product. It is prepared full size or larger. It may be prepared on grid paper so that design elements can be placed without guesswork. Illustrations are sketched with more care and detail than in the thumbnail. The rough layout should provide a good representation of the finished product. Actual lettering is used for type larger than 12-point size. Smaller type is still represented by straight lines at this stage. Customer response and comments are very helpful at the thumbnail and rough layout stages. Changes are easier to make here. The comprehensive layout is the master plan or blueprint from which the finished product will be developed. It contains all the information necessary for the completion of the job. Display type, 14 points or larger, is lettered in exact position and the letters look as much like the actual type as possible. If colored ink is to be used in printing the final product, colored pencils or felt-tipped markers should be used to show the color of each element. Lines can still be used to indicate body type, 12 points or smaller, but the actual copy is also attached and labeled to correspond to placement notes on the layout. Photostats are often used instead of hand lettering. Illustrations are sketched carefully in correct position and the actual drawings and our photos are labeled and attached. An overlay sheet is prepared containing all the information needed by production personnel for the completion of the job. Placing all instructions on this overlay sheet keeps the layout itself free of all material that is not to be printed. It is extremely important that the information on the overlay sheet be complete and accurate, since the quality of the finished product depends on all necessary elements being included and defined with precision. Essential information includes type styles and sizes, the size and source of each illustration, ink colors, screen tint percentages, positions of image elements, and border data. The comprehensive layout should be placed in a protective cover or envelope. It should be shown to the customer and fully explained. If the layout successfully reflects the customer's wishes, there will be few problems or changes before the customer consent can be given to proceed. The customer should sign and date the layout when it has been approved. The final layout, called the mechanical, assembles all the copy elements into a camera-ready paste-up.
Masking films may be used as a component of the mechanical.
In smaller shops, the comprehensive and mechanical layouts may be combined into one step for the simpler jobs such as letterheads or business cards.
Larger companies, however, prefer to follow the complete layout process from thumbnail through rough to comprehensive and finally mechanical or paste up.
This step-by-step procedure fully documents the company's work on a particular job and assures a top-quality finished product. Another type of layout is required for a multiple-page printing job. This layout, called a dummy, is not concerned with elements of copy or the visual effect of the finished product. It is a technical layout prepared to simplify the process of paste-up, stripping, printing, folding, assembling, and trimming the job. When multiple pages are printed on a single press sheet, this sheet is called a signature. The dummy layout is the most convenient method of indicating the number and order of pages to be printed on the sheet. The dummy is produced by assembling the signatures as they will be bound. For each signature, an unprinted press sheet is folded in the order that it will be folded after the final press run, so that each panel of the folded paper is the size of the final untrimmed book page. The most common page counts are 4, 8, 16, 32, or 64. The sequence of the folds is important and will influence page placement during stripping. The pages can be numbered in the lower outside corner, and a notch is cut in the top of the signature. When the sheet is unfolded, each page has a number at the bottom, and the notches indicate the tops of the pages. Another method is to make cuts in the body of the folded signature, which makes numbering the pages easier. Many greeting cards are 8-page signatures untrimmed and printed on one side only. Books contain varying numbers of signatures, often of different lengths, to produce the desired number of pages. Have you ever read a book that has blank pages at the end of it? Those blank pages are an indication that the book copy did not completely fill the signatures when it was printed. In addition to page numbers, the dummy may have headings, illustrations, and key pages marked. A separate list showing page numbers and content of each page can help identify pages during the production process. Whether layout is the responsibility of one or several different people, many skills beyond illustration and design are required to take the job from the customer's idea to the finished product.